Two more commitments, man. I am so stoked about each of these guys. One for basketball, one for football, big time flipping basketball. Let's break them down, man. Let's have a show.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, where we're talking ball, baby. What's up, guys? I'm excited. We had a commitment yesterday, but I took a big old nap. And it was like 9 o'clock when that came through. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put it off to tomorrow. And then when the Foresight news hit, I knew it was like, okay, now that's a sign from the gods. Might as well go ahead and run with it today, earlier in the afternoon than normal. So West Virginia gets one in each sport, and both big. One from the high school ranks, a 4-star top 100 player that's going to make an instant impact in Morgantown. We're going to talk about him. We're going to break down the tape. The other guy that we've got is a 6'5" pass rushing defensive end that's had success at the Power 4 level at Colorado, moved down a level to try to get some tape out there and dominated. So now he's moving back up to the Power 4 level where he's going to make an impact at West Virginia. And he's who we talk about first, guys. I'll tell you what, the first thing that I notice when I turn on the tape is the size and the length, guys. This kid he's not a kid. He's a grown man for sure. But we're talking about Devin Grant, right? He is a 6'5", 225 outside linebacker defensive end hybrid with 1 year remaining from San Antonio, Texas. Colorado from 20 to 22. He was from Incarnate Word from 23 to 24. That's where the number 1 overall pick in the draft, Cam Ward, just came out of. So he entered the portal on April 25th and committed to West Virginia May 5th. So it was post-visit. So he did come to West Virginia. I did speak with him when he was there on campus. We hadn't spoke a bunch. I did mention him on a video, but I didn't break him down. I just mentioned him that he was visiting. So he had other offers out there, ton of other offers out there, guys, that he really wanted him. He could have went just about anywhere that he wanted to go, but he chose West Virginia, so that's exciting. Last year at Incarnate Word, he had 31 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks, and a forced fumble on 546 snaps, a 77.5 football focus grade, and 71 in rushing, 21 quarterback hurries, 24 cold pressures, which is elite numbers, guys. We'll take that every day and all day on Tuesday. At Incarnate Word in 2023, he had 13 tackles, 5.5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks. So obviously, he didn't have anywhere near as many snaps in 23 as he did in 24. And then obviously from 2020 during his time at Colorado, he had some tackles for loss. He had a limited role, 271 snaps. But you put this all together, he's got 1,107 snaps. Pass rushing 566, run defense 514, 27 in coverage. He's plays the left edge. He's played the right edge. He's played left defensive end. He's played right defensive end. Some occasional linebacker, guys. So what do scouts and coaches say about this kid? Max Chadwick, who I've had on the show, I need to bring him back on. He said, Grant's a high motor edge with quickness and bend. His 8.5 sacks at Incarnate Word showed that he could dominate at Colorado, and his Colorado experience prep him for Big 12 play. Obviously, he's going to be on the edge for West Virginia at either outside linebacker or defensive end. I would imagine he's going to play outside linebacker, but I can't promise it. I don't know where his weight is right now, but I don't think, for a hand in the dirt D end, I don't know, he's like in that 230, 240 range. That's pretty small to play hand in the dirt at the Power 4 level, in my opinion. But when you turn on the tape, he doesn't play that small. So I don't know. Maybe he can do it. I'm not doubting him. Like, we're going to turn on the tape here in a second and show you guys. This dude's a run stopper as well. He does it really well. He did it at Colorado well. We're going to show that off. And actually, he made a point to get that tape out there that says, look, yeah, I can rush the passer, but I stopped the run too. We're going to show you. So obviously, you look at Zach Alley's defense and what they want. It's speed and disruption, and that's what he has. He's got speed, he's got length, he's got an incredible first step, guys. And I think this is a guy you bring in. He plays, 30, 35 snaps a game. I think he'll rotate with one of the other guys and be a big impact player. Really, I do. And who knows? One of those guys gets hot. Maybe they take over the starting role permanently because there's a lot of pass rushers in that room now, guys. We got Jamori Robinson's going to be in that room. It depends on where he's at. Obviously, the competition at defensive end and bandit are two different competitions. So I'm not saying that he can't win a job, but he's got 1 year to maximize for his NFL draft stock, right? And I think that's, that's one benefit to getting guys like that in is they know they got 1 year, they got to show out. So it's still got to be about the team, right? But it's also about them as well. So he was a 3-star high school recruit as well. So, he, like I said, he was brought into Colorado right out of high school, guys. So it's a guy that you look at and I personally believe is going to make an impact this year for West Virginia. He wouldn't be coming in if he couldn't, right? And I think for sure, those 8.5 sacks, 24 quarterback pressures to me show that he's really worked on that part of his game even more. And he always had the length and first step. So that's what we're going to show you now. Let's go to the tape on it. Where are we at? 7 minutes? Yeah, that'll be perfect. So let's go to the tape on this really quick, guys. As we show you Devin Grant, as we roll through here, I'll share the screen with you guys and Devin Grant right here. Okay, so here's some Colorado tape. Here's some Incarnate Word tape. I wish I could show this one, but it's sideways in there. Let's show this one here. This is some Incarnate Word tape. Here he is right here, number 44, I believe he is. Yeah. So I really like his tape at Incarnate Word specifically. He was just too good for that level, to be honest. Here he is. You can just tell by the way he moves. That's him coming off the edge right there. You can just tell. So, and you can tell he's that kind of an athlete. But watch this first step. Let's see if we can get there. So watch this first step here. Really quick. He's outside the tackle quickly. It's not even no chance for him, right? No chance. It was a wrap. So, interesting player, guys. And the size, that's what you like for a guy like him. It's that 6'5" frame. I mean, you can't do any better than that. You just can't. Here he is again. Watch the hands, guys. You see the hands are up. Look at the offensive lineman's hands. His hands are down by his thighs. It's a bad place for your hands to be when you're playing up against a defensive end like this that knows how to use his hands and has been taught at the Power 4 level how to use hand fighting to get around you. Look at this. Look whose hands gets on whose hands first. He gets this right hand on the left elbow of the offensive lineman, and he's going to swim under, I bet. Yep, that's what he does. He didn't even have to. He just outran him. But typically, if there's any resistance, see right here, this is a little swim move. He's underneath. It's, it's a simple thing, and then he has the athleticism. I can't believe the quarterback caught that. So here he is. He's obviously, this is like one of the toughest in sports for defensive end, right? You're coming off the edge. You got a guy coming to crack block you, and you've got to read running back or quarterback, where are you going to commit? What have you been coached to do? Well, it's the running back. So he's got to somehow beat a blocker and still make a tackle. And he takes a great angle to do it. So good job there too. That looks like Penn State, although it's not. So his run blocking, honestly, I think it's really, his run stopping is a part of his game. I think that probably people don't talk about enough when of the people I've seen break him down. He's already through the line there. See, I mean, super quick, guys. Look how quickly he gets by the tackle here. And he's gone. And look how quickly he changes direction. Once he realizes the quarterback's going to keep it, there's a fake. Watch the quarterback. There's a fake right here. quarterback's eyes. He's watching the quarterback's eyes the whole time. It's obvious he's going to throw the ball. He hesitates for just a second. Once it becomes clear the quarterback's going to keep the ball, he's on him like white on rice. Boom. No chance, right? That's what you want to see. No hesitation and the athleticism to be able to explode from, he stopped right there, right? His momentum is stopped. And there are some quarterbacks that's all they need, right? Like Garrett Green, we saw last year that runs a 4.5, or, some elite athletes, maybe when they win this rep against Devin, but generally speaking, he's got the explosion to get there. Watch, boom, he's there. This guy had no shot, right? And that's McNeese. So here he is again. Well, he had a field day against this squad, guys. He's back there again. They lined him up on the left side, lined up on the right side. Here he is again on his left sid, the offensive line right side. Coming right off the edge. The swing guy couldn't get over there quick enough. So who do they have going over there? The left guard pulling over there? So yeah, I mean, it was no chance though. I mean, he's too quick coming off the edge there. And I mean, so you see he's got it. It's not like he's a very good athlete. So, let's go from that to really quick while we got a sack, and then we'll go to break and we'll do the basketball. Let's go to this Colorado footage, guys. So this is at Colorado. Look at that play. You want to talk about a shed? You want to talk about shedding a power 4 tight end? Look at the tight end. Engages him. Watch him shed him straight to the ground and get there. Get off me. Nice play. I don't know the reasons behind it, guys. I don't know why he didn't play a bunch there. There could be numerous. He was young. That's for one thing. I mean, was he a redshirt freshman or sophomore when he would have left there? Here he is coming off the edge for Colorado. At Colorado, he engages a big old boy. Watch, see how well that's what I'm talking about. He's got the length and the size. When he engages with somebody, boom, he's engaged. He's lower, right? And he's got his hands on him. That's all he needs. Shoves him right off. Not even one chance. Then he's got another guy that comes over and blocks him. He sheds him and still makes the play. Well, he gets his hand on the jersey anyway. I think this is him right here again. Yep. Oh, that's the same play. So it looks like, and he's got a great motor too, right? That's another thing you like to see. But yeah, he's got the athleticism to chase down running backs, chase down quarterbacks. He can change direction. Like, watch him. I mean, he's smart too, guys, which, I mean, to be fair, I'm sure he's, you see these plays every day in practice. I mean, I'm not trying to overblow this, but, watch how quickly he gets inside here from the outside. Boom, he's in there. There's nowhere to go, right? So really quick, really explosive. I think he's absolutely could make an impact. Here he is going up against the guard. Nicely done. I mean, that's a dominant play against the power 4 starting left guard right there. Center. Sorry. Up against the center. Drives him back into the quarterback and swats the ball. So there's a lot to like here. Look at this play. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean about him being really good against the run. And I mean, you could play this guy all 3 downs. This here kind of proves this, right? This isn't a group of 5. This isn't an FCS offensive line. And I'm not saying Colorado was, an elite team or anything like that, but still, we know power 4 level. At the end of the day, it's still power 4 level. And watch how quick he does it with quickness, but he also sheds blocks well. And that combination leads to him really, if you give this guy snaps, he's going to produce. I believe that. So obviously, he engages with the tackle here, and then the tight end just has no shot. He gets inside of him, and he's making the tackle in the backfield. No shot. No chance, So a lot to like here, guys. And a big signing for West Virginia. I don't know what his role is going to be. I haven't had a chance to ask him that, but I'll say this, man. Just like, there's going to be immense competition in these rooms. Immense. Like they've got they've scouted well. And This is a guy that I think, when he was at Colorado, I could see why maybe he wasn't ready yet to play at that level. He's had all this time to develop his body and his mental acumen. And you look at the Incarnate Word tape, and he's 20, 30 pounds heavier, moving the same speeds. That's important. And I think he'll walk right in here this year, and they better be on their P's and Q's in whatever room he's in, or he's going to get a lot of snaps. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. I'm not projecting starter yet. I'm not projecting anything for him yet. I got to see what room they're going to put him in, and I got to see how the summer goes. But I really think he's a great ad. I think he's got a lot of upside, even though he's got 1 year left, unfortunately. We'll go to break real quick. On the other side, we'll talk about the basketball player we signed, guys. A flip from Xavier, big-time 4-star player. We'll do it next on Locked On West Virginia. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by FanDuel, guys. We talking about FanDuel every week on here because it's the best. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip and on the live show. With the player props, performance trends, same game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. If you've got a read on who's heating up, why not back it up with the same game parlay? You should do it, guys. Same game parlays are where the money's at. If you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head over to FanDuel and place your $5 bet. If you win, you get $200 in bonus bets added on to that. Make every moment more with FanDuel, guys, an official sports betting partner of the National Basketball Association. It's segment 2. Let's crack open a do and talk a little basketball now. As Coach Hodge and company have made yet another signing for the second time in the last week. Before we get there, I forgot to do my hot piss meter for Devin. So let me do that really quick. I've got him rated at Devin Grant. I've got him rated at where is it? Okay, so pass rushing impact 8.5 out of 10. I'm sorry, 9 out of 10. He had 8.5 sacks. 9 out of 10. Playing time, I've got 8 out of 10. I think he'll play a lot. I don't know if he'll start. Versatility, I think he's a 9 out of 10. I think he'll play outside linebacker and defensive end. As far as the portal, I give it a 6.5 out of 10 because he's only got 1 year left. And, I think, at this point in the portal, you kind of want to go after multi-year guys, but I see what they did here. I still gave it a 41 out of 50. Like, this is right there on that threshold of, is he going to be a backup or is he going to be a starter? I don't know. I think he could be either. Let's see what happens. All right, guys. So let's move on to the next player that West Virginia has added today. And man, it's a big one. One of the best players in the country. And if you let some of these scouts tell it, the best shooter in high school basketball this year in Jaden Foresight. Here's his picture, guys, as Keeman Cummings shares it. A big kid, as you can see it, got some tattoo action going on here. This kid can play, and I'm going to show tape on him. I've got some ready to roll. I think it's actually right here. We'll get there in just a second. Let's do the breakdown first. So Jaden Foresight is an absolute sniper, and that's just what it is, man. This kid can absolutely stroke from three. 6'5", 190 pounds, committed to Xavier, but obviously they had the coaching change. So their coach went to Texas, I believe it was. So it's over with. And he's from Pennsylvania anyways. So why not move closer to home? Choosing West Virginia over a slew of offers, guys. He literally had the best of the best offering him. And when you're a top 100 player, that happens, right? Illinois, Virginia Tech, Texas A&M, Penn State, Northwestern, Wake Forest, Butler, George Mason, High Point, Hofstra, Rhode Island, Tulane. Came down to West Virginia, Tulane. I mean, at least from a the last couple of weeks, we heard he was visiting Tulane standpoint. You look at his ranking, guys. He's got a 4-star ranking on 247 Sports. He's got a 4-star ranking on 3, and he's a 3-star on Rivals. So, I lean towards 4-star personally, but they've got him rated as the number 18 shooting guard in America, which is really high up. Think about that. I mean, there's, the other 17 probably went to Power 4 institutions, I'm sure. So he averaged 15, 4, and 2 in high school, 42% from 3. Yet again, guys, another guy shooting over 40% from the three-point line. And here we go. This is a kid that you look at him and say, what can he do for West Virginia? Well, he doesn't turn the ball over literally almost ever. And he shoots it so well from 3. And he's going to turn into, if he adds some strength, a very good defender at that. At the high school level, he is a very good defender. So he's an elite, capital E, put it in neon signs, capital E, catch and shoot and step back type 3-point shooter. That's what he does. He creates space. He comes off screens. He catches and shoots it. Even off the dribble a little bit. He splashes from anywhere out to the logo. At the rim, that's where I think he can work on his game a little bit. He is a perimeter guy, and he does finish at the rim, don't get me wrong. But I think that, kids put so much emphasis on shooting it these days that a lot of times that part of their game comes a little later. You look at what some of these scouts say about him. Well, Adam Finkelstein, right? 247 Sports says, Foresight is a lethal shooter with a quick release and deep range. His 6'5" frame gives him versatility to play multiple spots. He's not a primary shot creator, but his shooting and IQ make him a high major fit and one of the best shooters in this year's class. Jamie Shaw from On3, the best pure shooter, if not one of the best pure shooters, if not the best in 2025. Mechanics, flawless, consistent from anywhere you want him to shoot it from, needs to add strength and grow defensively, but his shot is an absolute weapon. Pretty damn good, right? A quote from another coach, Jaden's a sniper who stretches the floor, fits our system perfectly. His size and feel for the game are exactly what we need to build around. His basketball coach at Eibel Sports, Jaden's a low-maintenance guy who drills shots. He knows his role, works hard, and elevates his team. His ceiling's higher than most people think, and that's pretty good considering he's a 4-star player. So he's a primary shooting guard. He's going to come off the bench for West Virginia, you would think. But he can slide to small forward if he really want to go small. I don't know if he'll do that at West Virginia or not, but, obviously he fits the system. Ross Hodge is going to emphasize perimeter shooting and spacing, which means he's going to be an elite 3-point threat, and it should be a seamless fit once he learns some of the different offenses and nuances. I would estimate that he gets probably 15 to 20 minutes a game, very similar to Jonathan Powell in 2024, 2025, literally all the way down to flipping late from Xavier to West Virginia. So it's a scary comparison, although I would say I really don't know who the better player is between them. They're very similar players. So his development areas, if you wanted to give him some points to develop, I think he needs to develop ball handling to create off the dribble a little more. His defensive quickness needs to get just a little bit better to guard faster guards at the high major level. And he's got to add some muscle, to handle Big 12 physicality. So obviously Sean Miller over at Xavier had recruited him, got him in there, and they had him. But then he obviously took the Texas job. So he just recently visited Tulane in April, and then he came to West Virginia May the 3rd and 4th and committed just right after. So he shot 40% in EYBL, guys, which Drew Roberts from Illinois and Texas A&M. Pretty good, right? That's a Nike squad. He was competing against Malik Thomas, Akadin Lewis, which obviously those are big-time players at Power 4 universities, and he really showed out against them, guys. Him and DJ Thomas will probably be the only high school talent from this class coming to West Virginia. But what's the hot piss meter say about him, guys? Obviously, the transfer portal impact meter, we call it the hot piss meter. His shooting impact is a 10 out of 10. I rarely give that away. 40.2% is eye popping. And you'll see on tape, he's going to stretch defenses, which is going to open driving lanes. Immediate playing time, I've got an 8.5 out of 10. I think he'll be a rotational player, but I do think he'll get 20 minutes a game-ish due to that shooting. We're going to need it off the bench. Not a starter, but guaranteed minutes, definitely. Upside, oh, it's an 8.5 out of 10. He's got a high floor as a shooter, but his ceiling hinges on, I think, his playmaking prowess, getting a little bit better bag as far as in his dribbling, and then absolutely that defense. If he can get really, really good on defense, he turns himself into an NBA prospect, with the shooting. Could be a multi-year starter, absolutely, if he rounds out his game. And if he sticks around to his senior year, he could be, one of the all-time great shooters in our school's history if things work out. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but he projects to be that. System fits a 9 out of 10. I think he's perfect, man, for this perimeter-heavy offense that Hodge is building at West Virginia that we don't exactly know what's going to look like yet because it's been all defense. It looks like it's going to be some kind of mixture of both now instead of just this defensive chewing leather. I don't know. But, his size is going to enhance the lineup and the versatility. Recruiting win is big, guys. It is a 8.5 out of 10, right? Beat power conference schools, Illinois, Texas A&M. So, he's not a top 50 recruit, but man, really strong addition, guys. And not program altering, but extremely strong addition for a total score of 44.5 out of 50. It's a big impact player. We can't deny that. Let's go to break. Come back. We'll go to the tape. We could watch this kid spray, man, because boy, can he shoot the hell out of the ball. We'll be right back. This episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by Upwork. Guys, we're talking about Upwork on this one. Scaling your business requires the right expertise at the right time. And with Upwork, you can find specialized freelancers in marketing, development, design, and more. Experts are going to be ready to help take your business to the next level. Upwork gives you business flexibility by connecting with top freelance talent across multiple industries, including IT, AI, web development, and marketing. Whether you need your extra hands for a project or for a long-term partner, Upwork makes hiring simple and affordable. If you want to find the right talent, you can help with a marketing campaign or what have you. Upwork can connect you with a freelance expert who's delivered incredible results already. Fast and easy hiring, they got that. Post a job, it's free. Simple, right? Within a day, multiple qualified candidates will be yours to choose from. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com, to connect with top talent and grow your business, and you can do that today. All right, and we are back here, guys, checking out Jason Foresight, 4-star incoming transfer. Well, recruiting flip, not technically a transfer. It feels like a transfer, but he's really a flip in the recruiting game. I mean, look at him. He's a full-grown man. You look at this. He looks like he's a junior in college, but he is indeed a freshman. So let's get to the tape here. As you can see, Jaden Forsyth in action here. I believe this is an IBL. This is him with the ball right here. Watch the stroke. Very pretty stroke. Here he is again, spotting up. He's got that step back game. Off the screen in the corner. And these are all swishes, right? Here he is in the corner using his pivot foot. Passes it, comes off the dribble, and pops one again. Very pretty. Here he is down the lane, finishing, or is that a pass? I'm not sure. There he is shooting again from the corner. Close to the corner, really on the elbow, I guess, of the three-point line. There he is from pretty deep. That's definitely college range. There he is on a rebound, giving up the ball. He's got it back in transition, way deep. Boom, splash. So all these are just super deep threes. Here's a really deep one. No, he's coming off the screen. So as you can see, watch what he did here. So as you can see, guys, where is he? Yeah, so this is him right here. Obviously, he's in between these two players. This is just a little wraparound, right? He just comes right here, wraps around, and gets open. But this guy's having to run with him the whole way. And he left his guy, and this guy right here, and it was kind of looks like a design play. I'm really not 100% sure. So he gets rid of the ball first, makes the cut, forcing. I think they were switching here. Is that what happened? I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, this kid comes off of him. He wraps around. Obviously, this guy sets a down screen then, and it's over with. Kind of a screen. I mean, it's a halfway screen. But I mean, they did everything you could think of with him. Here he is finishing again at the bucket. So there he is again finishing at the bucket. So it's not like he can't do it. But I mean, on a catch and shoot situation, that's the worst case scenario with this kid. There he is on the perimeter making a defensive play and then stop and pop for three. So I think he's going to come in and make an immediate impact shooting the ball for us, y'all. I mean, just look at these strokes. They're all swishes. Oh, he just broke a dude's ankles? What happened right there? Hold on a second. That was crazy. Let's see what happened here. Okay, he's trying to come off the screen. I'm sure he probably trips. Yeah, it looks like he trips trying to come over the screen. Yeah, that's what happened. But the step back, obviously, little step back and pop. Ooh. Which is embarrassing because it looks like you got your ankles broke. There's that jab step and then the little. So you can tell he likes to get to his left, right? That's easy scouting his game, guys. And this is something he's going to have to think about in college. So far I've counted at least 5 times, and this is a cut up. But I would venture to say, because I know I was like this, I love to get to my left because as a right-handed player, it's easy to dribble left and pull up right? And so, and this is what he does here. He gets the ball, jab step right, dribble left, get to your spot, right? So there's one, and then back-to-back plays. Here it is again. Dribble left. That way I can get in that pocket and pull again. So that's going to be scouted in college in a couple, maybe if not coming right out of the gate. It might be a small critique, but the best defenders are going to make you. They're going to make you go right. They're not going to allow you to go left. So, just a thought. Let's see what this one is. I like these more intimate ones because you can see the shooting form. Look at this guy's face. Gosh, man, what a face. Oh, Lord. He'd probably destroy me. So, it's Foresight. He's got such a smooth shot, guys. Let's see if we can watch the form in slow-mo here. So the footwork's really good, right? We see how he leans on this right foot quite a bit when he ended him in a setup, but look how quickly he pops up and a lot of elevation on this shot. So, he's got a good 12 inches, 8 to 12 inches of elevation on this jumper, but look at the form. It's literally perfect. It's literally the definition of perfect. Like, you can't teach it. You couldn't show Reggie Miller. You couldn't show Larry Bird. Like, that's as good as you can do it just from a pure form standpoint, right? So, and let's watch the release off his fingertips here. So perfect, right? Coming off those first 2 fingers, and he's got the lace of the ball. Literally perfect. So you don't get that. And I want to show you something else. Maybe I'm just a nerd. And I don't know, but I love shit like this. Pardon my language. Sometimes I get too excited. If you watch when he catches the ball here, watch him adjust it. He catches the ball. These are all horizontal or vertical, right? And he flips the ball around horizontally, gets the laces on the fingertip, goes up and pulls that shot off. It may seem small, it may seem easy, but it's not. It takes a ton of practice to get this right. It really does. I know because I wanted to be a great shooter for a long time, and I only got to be good at one point in my life. So, but yeah, I love little things like this because it lets you know he's put in some time at the gym. So let's watch it one more time. As he catches the ball, those laces are horizontal, but he spins it literally as he's setting up his shot, and he gets his fingertips right there on the laces and lets it go with that. Looks like the middle finger still making contact with the lace, and the perfect follow through. This guy even gets his, they even connect hands right there a little bit, which a lot of times, that messes people up some, like after the fact, like the next shot. So just a really good shot. So that's what they were talking about whenever they said mechanically he's as good as any kid in the class. That's why. Let's look at that one really quick, and I won't do this on every single shot because I'm sure not everybody cares as much as me. But this is a little bit different. This is one that I struggled with. It's where you have to pivot to your right, you have to turn your body, and then turn back in and shoot. I was always better turning from my left into my right rather than my right into my left. I don't know what it was about it. It just messed my shot up a little. But you can see here, like, look how much he has to turn his body to catch this. And then look at his feet; they're out of whack. But he quickly gets that under him, and it's the right foot in front of the left. He's got this on every shot. If you look at every shot this kid shoots, I went and looked at it earlier. Every shot this kid shoots, his left toe could touch the back of his right heel, and his fingers end up on the laces in every single shot he takes. Literally. There might be a couple where he has to get it off quicker, but what I'm trying to get across here is this is somebody that has spent literally thousands of hours honing this mechanic and being perfect at it. So this is what makes him a 4-star player. It's not, he doesn't have an insane athleticism. He's growing as a defender. He is 6'5", but what makes him elite is he could literally be a 38 to 40% 3-point shooter at the college level coming in out of high school. It's not hard to think. It's such a beautiful shot that I can't even believe it. Like it's as pretty as you can possibly get. So we'll see where he goes. We'll see what he does with it. But he's got a lot of potential, guys. A lot of potential for West Virginia. We're lucky to get him. It's pretty cool we got this split from Xavier 2 years in a row, isn't it? Let's look at that one time. That was a quick one, wasn't it? So let me get if I can get on it. It's not letting me slow it down as much. But yeah, if it was up to me, we would slow down literally every shot and everybody would leave. I'm sure. Let me go back to the screen. Is anybody even still watching? I was watching. I'm curious. Was everybody getting tired of me fanboying out over his jumper? Because I'm sorry if I was. I sometimes I get lost in doing that, but like that's what I love to do. Like it's why I love studying tape so much because, for a lot of us, we wanted to be that good, and just wasn't. Like I probably, if I had to be honest about it, I just didn't spend as much time as he did at it, and I wasn't 6'5", so close, but I wasn't quite there. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hi, Mr. Barfarkle. Good to see you too. So yeah, big ad for West Virginia, as I said. And did I do the hot piss meter with him? Yeah, I did. So love the ads. It gives West Virginia their ninth guy. you know, they're still got work to do. I don't know where they're going to come from. I don't know. Maybe they go JUCO and a couple guys. Maybe they go back. Maybe they go more high school. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know what the financial situation is, and it's all brand new, man. It was all brand new. So, um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, like as far as staff and everything goes. So all good. I appreciate you all for being here. On the next episode of Locked On West Virginia, what we're going to do is we're going to break down. Let's see, what will we do? We'll go look at Malik Agba and every single snap he ever took. And we're going to go in slow motion and look at his drop step and his kick step and his hand placement and just slow motion every single frame and break it down. Did he put his hand in the right spot on the defender that play? And you guys are going to love every second of it. Will I have any people left if I do that? Obviously kidding, but that's what I do on my own. Like I'll be sitting here like 30 minutes on like 2 or 3 different plays. Sometimes I'm like, what have I been doing with my time here? But I enjoy it. So hopefully you guys did too. Hopefully my love for it comes through. But I appreciate you guys very much. So I don't know what we got else on the docket for today. I imagine there could be a commitment at any time. I mean, like I told you guys last week, I did a video on it, didn't I? Let's see. I just wanted to do this because I feel like this was a decent call on my spot on my account anyways. If I can get to it. All right, so we're going to share the screen here. Let's see. Go live. Okay. Let's share the screen really quick before we get off here. All right. So where did we do it? So I know we did a live. Yeah, so right there. 4 days ago, I said 5 to 6 more coming, right? I did it with Carson Fox from Fox on West Virginia Sports, right? Because I got a lot of crap for that. Like, how could you know that many people were coming? And it's because I've spoken to half of them and knew half of them were coming, right? Like, I'm not saying I was the only person that knew. I'm just saying we did a video on this like a week ago that told you guys 5 or 6 more people would be coming after we'd already had 45 or 50 guys in. So I wouldn't be shocked if there's not more. So just keeping it real. I have to do some research and see where things are at, but for this week coming, because things do kind of roll in weeks, but by the end of this week, we should have a good idea of what exactly is going to happen next. So, if you want to know what's happening before it happens, and there are a bunch of places you can do that at. I'm not saying I'm the only one. Raven has the Discord link in the chat. It's free. I've kept it free all off season, even though people tell me I should make it paid because there's a lot of intel in there. If you're there, you have to look for it, but it's there. At least every other day. We drop some things that I personally get, like I'm not saying I'm a reporter like Kasaza or Anderson that have a relationship with the university and, don't have to independently confirm things because it's given to me a lot of time. Like that's true. People may not like to hear that, but that's true. They have a relationship with those people. So in a lot of cases, and like, with the new staff, they've had to make new relationships, and I get that. I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying it's a little bit easier for them in some ways, right? That's all I'm saying. Not criticizing them, not hating on them at all. But for me, it's like I have to go out and chase all this. So, sometimes I run into things like the Pat White situation, which I never would have thought would have happened, but it did. But so if you want to join the Discord, point is if you want to, find out something maybe a little different sometimes, maybe it's the same. Maybe I'm later than some people, maybe I'm earlier, but you will hear something that you won't hear other places if you join our Discord. So That's all I got, guys. Wishing the baseball team a good game today, guys. It's coming down to the nitty gritty on that. If they host, we might end up having to do some videos on that because that's when it becomes big enough to where I think a lot of people will be interested. So we'll keep an eye on all that, guys. But you guys have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll see what the rest of the day and week brings, guys. I love you guys. Appreciate you for being in here. And we'll talk to you on the next one. I'll talk to y'all later. And I'm out of here. If I can get the right buttons. And it's frozen on me there. There we go. All right. See y'all later.